Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Andrew DTV. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some quick, easy, relatively inexpensive, and healthy or healthy-ish meals and snacks that you can take with you to work or to school. While these are things that you can take with you wherever you go, whether it's work or school or whatever, it's especially geared more towards people who work retail jobs. The idea kind of stems from my days of working in retail. A few years ago, I used to work at a clothing store in the mall, and I know how difficult it can be to find good things to eat during your lunch break. Usually if you're working in a store, it's either in a mall or a strip mall or something like that, and there's not very many healthy choices available. It's usually just like fast food or a vending machine or something like that. I actually remember the whole time that I was working at that store that I always brought my own food. I never bought fast food. I never bought anything from the food court. I think I rarely, if ever, bought anything out of a vending machine. So bringing your own stuff from home is not only probably going to be healthier, but it's also going to save you a lot of money as well. I'm going to divide the food into two different categories. The first category is food that is raw, meaning that you can basically just buy it and eat it as it is. You don't have to prepare it in any way. You don't have to necessarily store it anywhere, because sometimes whether you're at work or school or working in a store or whatever, they don't always have a refrigerator or a microwave available, so that makes storing and cooking your food a little bit more difficult when you don't have access to those things. So this category of food is stuff that you not only don't really have to prepare, but you also can get away with not necessarily putting it in the fridge, and you don't have to cook it. The first thing that I have listed is bananas, which is a really obvious and easy choice because you can just buy them and you don't have to prepare them in any way. You don't need to store them or refrigerate them. They have a lot of nutritional benefits, and I personally find bananas to be very filling, especially for fruit. Sometimes fruit is not always very filling, but I think bananas can be really filling. The next thing that I have listed are these Rev sandwiches. So they're just ready-made sandwiches that are already pre-packaged in a little travel-friendly container. So they're very compact, so they don't take up a lot of room. They don't look like much, but they do actually have a lot of protein. This one is turkey and cheese and has 15 grams of protein, so the protein is really good and it's filling. It's probably not the absolute healthiest thing in the world, but it's definitely a better alternative to like fast food or getting something out of a vending machine if that's kind of your only other options. The sandwiches are usually some kind of protein with cheese, so if you're like a vegetarian or a vegan, it might not be the best option for you. The next item is Larabar, and I've talked about these in a video before when I talked about my health and fitness favorites. So I like Larabar because they're one of the few granola bars that I've seen that don't have a lot of ingredients. They're made with whole food ingredients, and they're like things you can actually pronounce. There's no artificial ingredients or added sugar or preservatives or anything like that. And again, they usually have a lot of protein in them, and they're very, very filling, and they're great for like a quick kind of grab and eat snack if you don't have like a very long break. They come in a few different varieties. They have like regular bars like this one, the peanut butter chocolate chip, and then they also have nut and seed ones that are made with sprouted chia seeds. And they also have another variety that has a combination of fruit and vegetables in it. So great nutritional benefits, again, made with whole food ingredients, like real ingredients. And especially if you're in a rush to get to your shift or whatever, you can just grab one and go. Another great option that's really quick if you're kind of in a rush are smoothie drinks, like this Bolthouse Farms one here. They make a lot of different varieties of like juices and stuff, and I think they also have vegetable ones as well. This one here is Strawberry Parfait Breakfast Smoothie, so it has like yogurt added into it, and it really does taste like kind of like a parfait smoothie, so it's much more filling that way. Another brand that I like is Naked, besides the Bolthouse Farms, and Naked is just as good. What's great about these kind of drinks is that they're full of protein, so again, very filling, especially if you don't have a lot of time to eat something. Obviously, refrigeration is preferable, but you can kind of get away with not refrigerating it if you had to. Another item is yogurt, and depending on which brand of yogurt you get, again, full of protein, which is great when you're hungry, so it's filling. In my health and fitness favorites video, I talked about Siggi's Dairy as being my favorite brand of yogurt. It has less sugar than most yogurt does. Either Siggi's Dairy or some kind of Greek style yogurt is going to be a little bit more filling, I think, than regular yogurt because it's thicker. and it probably has more protein as well. You can also bring some granola cereal in a baggie if you want and pour it on top to make a parfait out of it. Obviously refrigeration is preferable, but it could probably be okay for like a few hours if it wasn't. The next thing is trail mix, and so depending on which kind of trail mix you get, it can be nutritious, it has like nuts and dried fruit in it, which is good for you, and it's also filling. You could make your own if you wanted to. You could easily buy all the ingredients like mixed nuts, dried fruit, and stuff like that, and make your own trail mix if you wanted to. But obviously if you don't have time or whatever, you can buy some ready-made trail mix, and you can just pack it in a container and take it with you. The next thing is freeze-dried fruit, and I have a bag here of freeze-dried peaches. Freeze-dried fruit comes in a lot of different varieties. You can get apples, peaches, pears, apricots, strawberries, like pretty much almost any fruit, I think. It's also a great way to get in fruit without worrying about it spoiling like you would with fresh fruit. You can maybe bring it as a substitute for chips with your sandwich or something like that. The next thing are the sunflower seed bites. These ones are from the brand Somersaults. They're sunflower seed crunchy bites. These ones are the sea salt flavor, but they come in a lot of different varieties and flavors. So they're basically just like whole grain little crunchy granola bite things that have sunflower seeds and other kinds of seeds mixed in with them. They're full of protein, and they're also a good source of fiber, and they're also nut-free and vegan. The last item in this category is hummus and cracker combo packs. It's just something that I've seen in the store lately. Is they're like ready-made packages of hummus dip, and they either have something like crackers or like carrot sticks or something. Again, this is something you could probably prepare on your own if you wanted. It's a little bit more convenient way to travel with the dip instead of having to like spoon it into a container or something. These can also be quite filling because hummus has a lot of protein in it, and it's just kind of a good like quick snack, again, if you don't have a lot of time on your break or something. So now I'm going to do the second category of food, which is meals that require maybe a minimum amount of preparation, and you might either need to cook it, like microwaving it or something, or you might need to refrigerate it, but it's still very, very minimal. The most obvious one is a salad. You can buy the packages of prepackaged lettuce and like salad and stuff and kind of throw that in a container, but I would actually recommend using spinach leaves because spinach lasts longer, and it's also actually better for you as well. So you can throw your spinach or lettuce or whatever you buy into a container, and you can also throw in some cherry tomatoes, carrots, cucumber, olives, shredded cheese, some kind of protein like chicken or like hard-boiled egg, whatever you like in a salad. For chicken, I personally like the Perdue ready-made chicken strips. They're already cooked, and you can have them hot or cold, and they're actually really great on a salad because the protein makes it more filling. And if you like dressing, you can buy these little like dressing cups like this. These ones are Sistema To Go dressing cups, and I got these at Target, and they came in a package of 4. You definitely want to put any kind of dressing into a separate cup, because if you put the dressing on the salad and then refrigerate it, it's going to make it all soggy. So definitely put the dressing in a separate container. So obviously with a salad, you have to buy all the ingredients and put it together and stuff. So it does take a little bit of preparation, but you obviously don't need to cook anything or anything. So obviously a salad needs to be refrigerated, or else it's gonna get like all wilted and stuff. So if you don't have access to a fridge where you are, then it's probably not the best idea. So maybe one of these other options will be a better alternative for you. The next one is ready-made oatmeal. So you can buy individual cups of oatmeal. I know that Quaker has them, and maybe other brands do too. And they come in all different flavors and varieties. Again, it may not be like the absolute healthiest thing, but it's still a better option than buying like fast food or whatever. And oatmeal has a lot of protein, and it's very filling, and it's also a good option like in the wintertime when you want to have something warm. The only issue with this one is that you need some way of microwaving it. And then the last idea that I have here is ready-made quinoa. So kind of similar to the oatmeal idea, I've seen little individual packs of ready-made quinoa. So if you don't know what quinoa is, it's a whole grain that is naturally, I think it's gluten-free, and it's naturally low in fat and calories. It's a good source of like fiber and protein. I think I've heard that a steady diet of quinoa can actually possibly prevent like cancer and stuff like that. So it's just like a very healthy grain, and you can buy like packages or little cups of quinoa that's already been cooked, because you have to boil it. So it's already been cooked, so I think all you have to do is just microwave it. And you can either already buy it with some kind of like flavor or seasoning on it, or you can easily add your own seasonings, or you can also top some kind of vegetables on it if you want. The ready-made quinoa is just something that's quick and convenient without being unhealthy. When I worked in retail, I pretty much lived on the Rev sandwiches that I showed you, and sometimes would bring bananas as well, and that's pretty much all I ever brought. I kind of wish I had known about some of these other things back then, because I probably would have had like a more variety of stuff to bring. Hopefully some of you out there have found this helpful, because I know it's a very common thing that people look for, is like healthy but quick and cheap meals and snacks that they can bring to work with them. So hopefully this is giving you some ideas. It's just a list of suggestions of things that I've seen in the store, things that I've thought of that, again, either don't need any preparation or very, very minimal preparation, because I know sometimes people are limited with things like refrigerators and microwaves and stuff. And it's especially difficult when you get home from like a shift that you don't want to be cooking and meal prepping and stuff like that, and you also don't want to be spending a lot of money on food just to be able to eat healthy. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any suggestions of your own. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.